Okay, you were completely unrecognizable.
Yeah.
What did you do to prepare for this role?
Well, listen, there's a lot of things that come together, obviously, to make me that way. I mean, this is hair and makeup, and there's a lot of very talented people who help make that transformation happen. But it's also a world. We're entering a whole new world.
Completely.
And, yeah, and it's it's both created and created this new world, but also it has its roots in it's sort of the world that Thomas is from as well, which is a real this Kentucky Appalachian world. So we're this odd kind of hybrid of an ancient clan. And
yeah, like a distillation, I said before, it's like you take a whole bunch of these real phenomena that are happening in a place like Appalachia and kind of distill it down to the Farrells, like an embodiment of it.
This is true. Very. Now your character kind of looks scared, timid when the Farrell name is mentioned. What can you give me any information on?
Yeah, I can absolutely. There's a deep kind of history with him there, and deep kind of childhood fear, and in this first season of this series, I think you're looking at people who are really caught in a lot of conflict with themselves and caught in a lot of conflict with their past, and in their own communities. So the man that I'm playing is dealing with stuff to do with the loss of his father when he was very young, to do with the loss of a lot of people in his life. And so, from that point of being a young child and having these terrible things happen and associated with these people, that all kind of unravels as the story is told.
Yeah, I was blown away with the first episode, and I can't wait for the second one to see what happens
Great.
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
Question for both of you. If you had to describe Outsiders to somebody in 30 seconds, how would you describe it?
Well, just sort of, from my own point of view, from my own character's point of view, beginning with it's a clan, an ancient clan atop a mountain, has lived off the grid for a couple hundred years, and there's a coal company that wants to take that mountain, and they want to drive these people off the mountain, and there's a town and a sheriff who are caught in between this battle.
Yeah, I'd say it's a story about people caught in really difficult circumstance in a really isolated place, and it's about family at core. Family and community.
Yeah.
What drew you to the script?
Just, I think something to do with the world and with an attempt to dig it up. I think David also said this before, but in some ways it was when we came to it, there was a black and white quality to some of it that I think we really worked hard at over this period of time to kind of break it up and take it into complex kind of grey areas with these people to create really complex kind of real characters in quite a heightened sort of setting.
Yeah. And still have the fun with it, and the storytelling fun with it. So you get that great combination of being rooted in the experience of really a world that we all know about now that is really being challenged, but you then get to have some fun story-wise with how you deal with it.
If you could live off the grid, would you?
If I could?
Yes.
I
Is
don't know.
technology that you could just leave behind?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I don't interact much with technology as it is. I use a computer to write. I send the occasional email, but I don't have any. I mean, I could show you my phones. I mean, it's just, look at these things. I mean, it's like.
Oh, Thomas,
Oh, wow.
Thomas. And you got two of them, so.
Well, one's a burner.
Okay.
So clearly you can live without your cell phone.
I certainly could.
Yeah. I don't have any interest in living off the grid permanently all the time. I think it would be,
But for a break,
as an
good.
experience, absolutely. And I think it's very appealing,
We
that
have,
kind of life.
we have a farm out at Hanging Rock in Victoria. I love to go and spend time out there, but I also like that there's a pub quite nearby where you can go.
Right.
So you can get back to
a
reality
meal.
pretty
Yeah,
fast.
that's
Yeah.
right. But people certainly feel that. People certainly feel that pull, to step outside of all this noise and the chaos and go back to something that's a little bit simpler. Yeah. And the Farrell community is a complicated conversation about just how simple is it, as well.
Well, even I mean, you were saying I mean, they have ATVs.
Yes.
You know, they go down into the world and they drag stuff back up into. It's not like they aren't seduced by things, you know, material things.
Definitely not.
We are all seduced by that.
That's true.